Sometimes, what actually keeps us away from our dreams is stepping out of our comfort zone. Yes, when I say comfort zone, you're wondering, how is that even possible? Okay, if you want to know more about that, you join us on the program today. Yes, on that note, we welcome you to our program, Good Morning Abuja, coming to you from the one and only Unity Station, NTA Channel 5 Abuja. And I am Gladys Kudambo Vincent. It's good to know you joined in today. Yes, we have a whole lot for you to enjoy today, starting as usual with our motivational talk. Let's enjoy this, titled Comfort Zone.
Your comfort zone is your enemy. One of the biggest ironies I can think of is when you live life trying to stay comfortable, life will send you more and more discomfort. It's true, life will send you more and more problems. Life will keep throwing rocks at you. Life will keep handing you resistance, struggles, issues. And because people are so concerned about staying comfortable instead of growing and reaching higher, because people don't want to address their limitations and move beyond them, they keep struggling. Listen, you are not here on this planet to sip apple martinis on the beach and get yourself a tan. You are here to grow. And if you won't make yourself uncomfortable, life will give you plenty of reasons to push you out your comfort zone. So you have one of two options. Either you commit to constant growth and feeling discomfort upon your own accord, and you become the master of your own destiny, or you hand over the keys and you let life happen to you by default. One path leads to success and the other path leads you to constant struggle and pain. It's your choice. You think Steve Jobs started Apple feeling comfortable about it? You think top athletes sleep their way to high performance? You think Oscar-winning actors procrastinate their way to achievement? No! So then why are you giving into wasting time with Netflix marathons, into chronic procrastination? Why are you running to the bar the moment your best friend texts you to come out? You have got to be willing to make the hard decision. You've got to be willing to feel uncomfortable, to feel awkward, to face rejection, to fail, to feel pressure. You've got to be willing to face those things because that's what's necessary for you to grow.
Yes, that was our motivational talk. I'm sure you are now motivated and you're getting hints of what we're actually going to be talking about later on the show. Okay, now it's time for our health tips. You know, we want you to actually, we have you at the back of our minds, yeah, to actually live healthy and also eat healthy. Yes, so this is our health tips for you. Let's see it.
Living healthily should not be expensive or tough. Sometimes, making a few changes to your day-to-day life will make you healthier than ever. Eat a healthy, balanced diet. A healthy diet offers many health benefits. It prevents you from malnutrition and non-communicable diseases, including diabetes, heart disease and stroke, gastrointestinal problems, and cancer. A healthy, balanced diet should include the following: fruits and vegetables, half of the plate; whole grains such as wheat, barley, oats, and brown rice, quarter of the plate. And the remaining quarter should include proteins, usually in the form of meat, fish, or eggs. You can also add healthy fats to the diet in the form of healthy vegetable oils. If you are choosing avocado as a fruit, it also adds a good amount of healthy fats to the diet. In addition, you should drink plenty of water and avoid unhealthy fast foods and beverages to get the maximum benefits. Consume less salt and sugar. Consuming increased amounts of salt is associated with an increased risk of hypertension. Hypertension affects over 1 billion people around the world and is a major risk factor for heart disease, stroke, and kidney disease. Therefore, consuming less salt will reduce the risk of hypertension and thereby occurrence of these diseases. Increased intake of sugary items will increase blood glucose levels. Persistent elevation of blood glucose levels can lead to insulin resistance, which is a major factor contributing to the development of type 2 diabetes. Avoid fast foods. Fast foods such as chips, burgers, pizza, hot dogs, and others are extremely unhealthy. They lack many essential nutrients and contain harmful substances such as saturated fats, sodium nitrate, monosodium glutamate, and others, which can increase the risk of cancer. In addition, fast foods do not supply the vitamins, minerals, and fiber to optimal levels. Consequently, you may develop vitamin deficiencies, skin problems, and gastrointestinal problems such as constipation. Moreover, eating fast foods is associated with an increased risk of non-communicable diseases such as diabetes, ischemic heart disease, stroke, obesity, and metabolic syndrome.
Wow, health tips there. I'm sure you were able to get a thing or two. Now moving on, before we continue, let's actually go for this quick break, and when we return, the program Good Morning Abuja continues.
Welcome you on today's ride on the show Good Morning Abuja.
This is Window on Abuja.
We have everything it takes to compete with any nation all across the world.
How do we make it? We are ready to produce.
I've been contributing to the development of your kingdom.
They know my story. Hello and welcome to Young Hearts.
Our focus today will be on hepatitis B. Ladylike!
In the 14th century, 15th, 16th century, and even 17th.
That is for zakah to cure our greed.
The purpose why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided to create humanity.
The Bible talks about a man called Apollos. This is NTA Abuja Channel 5.
See you same time.
And have a great and blessed week ahead.
You're welcome to another wonderful episode of the #1 program for women by the women daily life.
I learned it in art class in school, but they only taught us the basic of crocheting in school, and I was very interested and fascinated by it.
For the women, we are, let us talk from our own part of the world. We are a woman, there is so much expectation.
So it's on that very lovely and light note, I want to thank you for being with us. And tune in same time, same station next week on your #1 station, NTA Channel 5 Abuja. Today is Tuesday, the time is 7:30.
Welcome back from that break. If you just joined in, this is Good Morning Abuja, coming to you from the Unity Station, NTA Channel 5 Abuja. And yes, this is one of the parts I love. I always love every segment, but this is another part I love. Why? Because I usually talk to beautiful, handsome people, and yes, today is no different. I have someone beautiful here that will be telling us something like, you'll be wondering, okay, this is actually a situation. What am I talking about? Our comfort zone. Our comfort zone, it seems is the cage that is keeping us from living that dream. So we want to be hearing from this guest that I have here. She is Dr. Vivian Magnus, and she is a brand revenue strategist. And together we'll be talking about the hidden cost of the comfort zone. Welcome to Good Morning Abuja.
Thank you so much for bringing me here as well. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm also excited because the topic alone is given okay, when you hear comfort zone, already it is comfort zone. So what about it? But we now see that this comfort zone is actually like a cage, let me put it that way, a cage that keeps us from living that dream that we need to live, because people feel, what if? What if is a problem? So why do we sometimes feel safe and comfortable even when we know we are not growing?
I'm going to tell a whole lot of stories,
Okay.
right? A whole lot of stories about what comfort can do. But one statement I would like to start with is everyone you have celebrated moved a little bit out of their sphere of comfort. So I would say sphere of comfort, yes. So anytime you saw somebody and you admired, they did something a little bit extra. Just like your beautiful earrings right now. I'm not putting on one. So yes.
Like you said it now, I did not.
So you didn't notice, yes. But there are people who have a knack for beautiful earrings. And that is how somebody would have just bought into you simply because you have a gold earring. But then let's talk about the hidden cost of looking this gorgeous. So that means you went on the queue where necessary to pay in, you know, at a shop, or you went to get a gold. It meant some amount of your salary going down that way. But the overall is that I saw you and then I bought into you. That's the whole concept of you getting to a point where you don't receive comfort as a norm. Another thing is, one of the things I've noticed is that almost everybody you celebrate and say, oh, this person is just nice, this person is so good. Something is going down. That so goodness might have been the 5,000 naira the person just probably just gave you the other day. Or that kind gesture.
That's the last cash on the person.
That kind gesture of dropping you off at home, maybe after work, when you are still not yet mobile. All those little things communicate. But most people who are very selfish don't really understand. So it is selfishness to remain in your comfort zone.
Wow.
And it is death in the general form of conversation.
Really?
You are unfair to your generation, to yourself, to your spouse, for those who are married, to your parents, for the single ones, when you consistently absorb in comfort. It's a very bad place to be.
That's a really bad place to be.
Very bad place to be.
You don't even realize it until, okay, so how can you tell when a healthy routine has become a comfort zone that is holding you back?
Now, the beautiful thing about the comfort zone is, yes, it has become a routine, you're used to it. For me, I'd like to say everyone should have a growth plan. Growth plan means that there should be, yes, there should be a vision plan. Most times people don't even know how to curate vision. It's possible that sometimes any of us can break into a new circle of influence or new vision, de novo, that nobody has ever curated before. But most of the time, as you behold, you become. So it is essential you find. So if I want to like end comfort, what I want to do is, let's say I'm a journalist, I want to check out, I don't know, mouth-dropping, star-studding journalists all across the world. I put down their names. What I normally tell my students to do is get at least 15 for your niche. So whatever it is, if you want to end comfort zone completely, get like 15 people, write down, make sure they are spread across countries, because it will give you an idea of the kind of dreams you need to dream. The Bible says, write down the vision and make it plain so that those who will see. But the problem with writing down the vision is that I will sit on my tower and watch and see what he will say. So your eyes are very important to replication of growth, to breaking comfort boundaries. So what I would say is, get people at least 15 in your niche who are making serious strides. Then you start dreaming. You need to dream dreams. You need to dream dreams. Young men dream dreams, old men see visions. Very important. Yes, really? Very important.
Okay, now saying, you know, usually when people say, okay, it's these people that made it in life, you know, their parents either left something for them or, you know, it was just available. They did not start from scratch. And then someone that wants to start from scratch is now wondering, how is it even possible? As in, where do I start? But again, you now hear people say, oh, you now hear a story of someone that took loan and expanded business and all that. And the person say, hey, some of them are names. Now, when you enter here, in fact, people are hustling to give you loan and all that. But me, that nobody knows me and I don't even know anything about the business. I don't know if I'll be able to repay that loan. That's the fear of staying back from even taking that loan that can actually help you. So what happens at that point? As in, how do we now get out of this like comfort zone? Because I think that's one thing of following someone's story to say you want to be like that person, but the person actually is in loans and all that. So what do you do at that point?
I think for me, recently I dabbled on one video, one of the Otetola story video, and I was like, Chimo, I was just hearing Ampcom took away $600 million. I say, boot and shy. Where did I enter like this? So my ears just went up.
Like,
but
seriously?
like these guys are brave, and there is nothing wrong with it. No wonder they're where they are, right? No wonder they are where they are. And there is a conversation. I think I've heard Abu Seman say that once. He said, if you have 6 foolish friends, look again, you are the seventh one. So that means there's a place of proximity to prosperity, or proximity to coming out of your comfort zone. Sometimes it matters. Did I say sometimes? It matters
all the time.
All the time, the people that are in your circle of influence. So somehow, how to subjugate or to bring this in your favor might be getting hired in some of those organizations, going for their meetings, seeing their processes. So what you want to look at is some form of mentorship, whether peer mentorship or above, beneath mentorship, or paying attention very clearly, seeing, especially in your circle of influence, if you start noticing that one person is beginning to leap. You know, there's this common crab mentality. It's well studied, you know, in biology, where if you put a crab with other crabs inside a container, each of the crab will be bringing themselves down.
Oh, really?
Yes.
They all want to go up.
So in their quest of going up, everybody's going to be down there. So what people normally do is, if they have a circle of influence of people, that somebody among them starts leaping, instead of all of you to just say, oh yeah, oh, like monkeys, just stay beneath you, oh yeah, my hand on your hand, oh yeah, let's go up. Everybody eventually will throw a rope to bring us all out. Some people will start becoming jealous. They'll set themselves against those people. So sometimes, I will say it again, if you're in your comfort zone, it's possible that you have seen somebody making strides and you're like, yee. It's a tribal thing in I don't know, my mom is from Imo State, so there's this thing that always happens, like when jealousy, like it's a spasm of jealousy. When you see somebody doing very well, instead of you to say, my goodness, how did this person do? You just like this. One nose up, you just like, you know this African thing.
That's like, well, why is it so? When someone is, instead of you to appreciate and just go along, like Gombodina put it that way, you want to say, who cannot, and you don't have it, who cannot, is it because?
It's an attack. And that's really what comfort zone confers to people. Those people who work hard, when they see themselves, they know. That's why they are very honorable people. When you see people who have stretched to the limit of hard work, I think one perfect example is Michael Jackson. There is a way you work hard, and I think he has that record. He never cussed out at any other artist openly. Because there's a way you work hard, you will know that another phase is that it's not really by the hard work, but at least you must make strides. But then that's how there's a pattern recognition. It's called value matching. Other people who are making sacrifices around you will start finding you. So my pastor used to give that story, Pastor Emmanuel Power. He said something that most times when a drug addict enters a city, somehow, it's their first time, but they'll find themselves. So that's how it's a signage in the human psychology, in the human soul, that if you are making a certain stride, you have all the help. I don't know how many of us who have probably seen a video online where somebody comes and is saying, oh, I'm starting my content creation journey, I'm doing this, let's see how it goes. And somebody will say, I'm going to buy a camera for you. Let me buy this thing for you. It's simple. Like the universe rises for those who decide to. Exactly. So you have the word.
Wow. So what can a lack of confidence cost us in areas like friendship, opportunities, relationships, and self-worth? Because you said something, your circle, there should be people that should be able to pull you up. So at what point do you now realize that this circle, we are not on the same page? It's either you don't want what's good for me, you hear of opportunities and you're the last person to know and all that. So at what point?
I think I'm almost cheery, because that's the whole reason why I started branding in itself as a concept before. Of course, I put the revenue right there. It's because I've lost like 2 opportunities in a circle and 2 unrelated circle, and confidence cost it. Confidence before now, and I'm talking about just 2 years ago. I could not articulate my thoughts.
Really?
Yes. In fact, looking back, I'm thinking that it's almost an ADHD something. Even though it's undiagnosed, I've not really gone through any of those things. But I realized that I was always anxious. And everywhere, it's going to affect your aura. It's going to affect your audacity. See, life punishes the timid. If you're going to get anything from this conversation, you will be punished if you like confidence. And it's simple. You have to put yourself on a regiment of consistently talking about what you do. You need it. That shame that is sponsored by hell to make you feel, oh, when you say this thing, you're doing this, you're showing yourself, you better start it. All the people whom we celebrated, even I went back down memory lane when I noticed that it was becoming a pattern. I'm usually the most intelligent. For God's sake, I read medicine. I'm usually the most intelligent. But then if it's time for me to have interface with my superiors, nah. My head is usually under the chair. I could not. Then I would just say something in passing. Somebody beside me would just pick it up and pronounce it. How did you know it? Instead of me to say, "Oh, Vivian just gave up."
Take the credit.
So I told myself, "Boot and Shayo, if you like, say you, I'm being, what's the word? I'm being overconfident. I'm being proud. That one concern you. But now me nowhere. All the losses that were accrued to me because I was timid. So I'm saying it to everyone. Confidence. Lack of confidence is at the mercy of your documentation. You're going to sit down. Everything you do, I realize it. I've written every day for 2 years.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Once you can articulate your thought effortlessly, there is no place you cannot enter in this life. It's having an interface with your inner being. You need it. Plus, of course, if you're a spiritual person, the prayer, you cannot take it out.
Yeah, exactly. You have to pray.
Yeah.
Okay, so this conversation is an interesting one. Like, you just keep talking and then I just keep listening and learning and also grabbing what I can. But we have to go on this short break. And when we come back, we'll continue with our conversation. Yes, we've been talking with Dr. Vivian Magnus. She is a brand revenue strategist, and in fact she has told us a whole lot. If you are still in that comfort zone, in fact, be thinking like me and move out, in fact, as fast as possible, as fast as your legs can carry you. But let's go on this quick break, and when we return, she will still be here to tell us more.
I don't know what it is, but she drives me crazy.
Marriage, a beautiful bond, but not without its battles. Behind every smile is a story. Behind every I do is a journey. Mr. and Mrs., the show that peels back the curtain on real relationships. No scripts, no filters, just truth.
I've become a better husband because I've learned a lot from the mistake of the past.
I had feelings, but I wanted to be sure.
Do I have to kneel down to marry a woman?
No, but just do the right thing.
Join us every week as we sit down with real couples to talk about the raw, the real, and the redemptive side of marriage. This is more than entertainment. It's an invitation to grow, to heal, and to love again. Mr. and Mrs. is about real love, real struggles, and real hope. Every couple has a story. What's yours? Join us on NTA Channel 5, the Unity Station, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m.
'Cause all of me loves all of you.
Welcome back. This is still Good Morning Abuja, coming to you from the Unity Station, NTA Channel 5 Abuja. And yes, my guest is still seated there. In case you missed out on the first part of the conversation, well, you missed, but she's still here to tell us more. She's not going back on what she said, but at least they have an opportunity to know more. We've been talking about the hidden cost of the comfort zone. And yes, Dr. Vivian Magnus, she is a brand revenue strategist. She's still here to tell us more about stepping out of that comfort zone. Yes, before we went on the break, we were telling us something about confidence, how being timid is actually, you need to step out of that, but it doesn't pay to actually be timid. You have to be confident. I even go as far as, I think I remember some parents actually, it's like an intentional act to actually make their children, like they've known or they've learned from what being timid has caused them over the years, so they don't want it like to happen again, because I think being confident too helps them in school. All these bullies and the rest, it can also help. So in all spheres of life, it helps. So looking at it now, how can past failures affect a person's confidence, and what can they do to regain it?
Beautiful. This question. I love this question all the time. I talk about it all the time. First of all, let me make one statement. Failure is data. Failure is data. It's only in Africa. Well, I don't know. I think we have a certain kind of fear for failure generally. And I notice that it's more among Africans. But I'll say again, failure is data. That means, you know, when we talk about SWOT analysis all the time, right? It means strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and then threats where necessary, right? You see that weakness there is a point of connection. That's what people don't understand. In building a brand, you need those negative stories.
Okay.
So when it's happening to you, document. So this is me talking to that lady who went viral for calling Mr. Tory, calling her Tony. My dear, please come out, my dear. You already have the wave, ride on the wave, apologize when necessary, and then talk about your journey. I even heard that she has always had a problem with at least crossing a certain barrier of reach. Now see how she got free
passage.
Free passage.
Wow.
So, and then he at one recently stood side by side with her. My dear, my dear. I'll open
like
across platform.
Platform immediately.
So, exactly. So that means that fear of failure that you have is actually, weaknesses are for bonding. It's for connection. You can't build a brand without building familiarity, without connectivity. That is why the brand Pella is doing very well. Because yes, Nigeria is the global south. That means we are a representation. We have a lot of us who appear like that. So when people see him, they see someone similar. And that's how building a brand requires familiarity. So every time you failed, document it, talk about it effortlessly. I talk about my failures very easily. I connect with people more when I talk about my failures compared to when I come here and said, I'm a $10 daughter. Of course, you know I'm not. Okay, but you need your failures. Please pay attention to your failures. In fact, failures make... Do you know why you watch movies? It's because you saw in part 1, they were beating the actor. You say actor, no, they die. They were beating him. In your mind, you just want to see this person come out of this place. It is represented as well in real life. People want to see you come out because it represents hope for them. So you want to talk about your failures effortlessly. But the goal of talking about failures, I always say it's called vulnerability conversations. You want to make sure that you have made plans to come out of that failure. In fact, most times, most of the failures I talk about is the failures I have come out of. I might not talk about what I'm going through in a process because it can be discouraging if I come and I'm always doing pity party. But I want to show you a pity and show you my way out so that you can experience my experience. So I'll say again, whatever it is that you experience. For some ladies, you were molested as a child. It's painful. The uncle is wicked, You want to pray yourself out of it. Seek professional help, but start healing other people. Make sure that you're already out of it. Then you start healing, taking people through that journey. But failure is data. Failure is important in your growth. Get comfortable with it.
Okay. So now you've been telling us to do this, to do that. We want you to share a time when you were afraid to do something, but decided to do it anyway, and then what came out of it? You know, now I want to hear your story. Like, it's not people's story, your own story. Now you're telling us to come out of ourselves. What is that story, and how did you come out of it?
That's the favorite part. I don't even know how I didn't start from there.
Oh, really?
Okay, so I went to medical school, right? For my time, I schooled in Jos, so we had a lot of riots, challenges in Jos. So it made us, I never failed an exam, but I stayed 9 years in school because while schooling, we had twin bomb blasts around on our way to school. Like I lost some of my classmates then, right? And then we went on. We had the several crises. 2000. I can't remember the dates now clearly. I wish I could articulate that. But we had several crises where we were sent home. School went on break. So I spent 9 years. After school, I came out. Okay. I have a background in business. My parents, it's like a generational thing. So I've always done, even while in medical school, I was in business. Fast forward, I moved cities, I got married, and I got married to a consultant. So
also
the question, yes. So my first child came, I was going to the office with my child because I was kind of one of the top people in that particular establishment. So I had my office, so I could come with my cradle and all that. the next time I got pregnant, yes, even though at first I was believing for twins, my first delivery, it now came in my second delivery. So I knew that whatever dreams I had to pursue medicine head on with my husband was not going to work, because I want to be in the life of my children. I had my own journey that was not so palatable. I wouldn't call it child neglect, but my parents were very, very busy. So we had a lot of dramas in my upbringing that also affected my confidence. So I knew that I just wanted to be around my kids. It was a resolve. So now this is, in my career, my full-blown career, you see, when my colleagues meet me, like I told you earlier, they will say, what are you doing? I say, I have children.
I have children, like,
so in that quote, it would have been like a failure. But I sat at home and I asked myself questions. Do I stay here? And I'm saying, oh, because my husband is consultant, he's very busy, sometimes he doesn't come home as early, and I should now lose myself, become horrible, because I didn't used to be this big. I added like nearly 30 kids.
Wow.
Yes. So, but imagine that I would have stayed down there. Yes, it affected my confidence, even where I was serving. Like I said, I had 2 cycles of challenges that repeated itself that showed that I was too timid. And I told you again, it was my background as what happened to me as a child and then now. So I didn't even know that it was part of the things that were holding me back.
Wow.
So like I said, anxiety. Even during I probably was one of the best students in my class. I had an opportunity to be selected, I think first 10 females at one point in my preclinic studies, where we're asked whether we're going to be given scholarship and all that. Because you know, in medicine, we usually don't do positioning, but there are indications that show that you're really, really doing well. And so here am I after school, and it's like nothing is moving. So, but I didn't know that those traumas that, you know, when I was a child affected my posture, until I decided that, okay, if I'm at home now, it might seem like nothing is going on. Can I start another journey? So that was how I paid attention to my story. It was with pain.
Wow.
The first week of starting my community, I think we had like 600 people register for our events. First ever. I've never grown online before. Like I pray a lot, so I don't believe in social media. That's why if you still call me influencer, I better go. Right, I prayed a lot prior then, so I don't have any platform, but I just made up my mind that I wanted to make something out of myself. Like, people can as much just reject you, but you can't reject yourself.
Exactly.
So like I said, I had so much pain when I started my community, and guess what? The first conversations I was having, with the fear, with the tension, I kept telling people, because that's what God told me, rise, get your head up out of every pain. So part of the things I realized was that most of the women who joined my community, I always would ask them specific questions, and I realized that they were not making money not because they could not make money. They were making money because there were loud voices in their past speaking down on them. So that was where the branding aspect of our community started. So for everybody who passes through us, we take you through a journey of your strengths, your weaknesses. You're going to face your fears. You're going to start storytelling. So that's what I did. I started telling stories. In fact, I had events every week. From the first day I started, I think I started September 2024. Every week for 1 year. I hosted events, and it was pain. Every time I hosted events, I had sleepless nights. I prayed about it, but I kept seeing God bring out those layers of pain until I was completely stripped of every pain. So I'm going to say to anybody who is embracing comfort or who has been held down by failure, you need to create another narrative. Like I said it again, for most people, our last generation, especially millennials, Gen X, boomers, we allowed a lot of people tell our stories. So it means that you sit down, somebody will just say, who is this guy behind the camera? This guy is an annoying guy, very, very annoying. Then me, I just walked into this place, I'll just say, so the guy is annoying, no wonder. But in this generation, as somebody is just saying, that guy is very annoying, you just come in here, you just smile at me, hi, Vivian, this is the first time I'm meeting you, handshake, how are you doing? Do you need anything?
Exactly.
Do you need anything? Creating a new narrative, being conscious of the part of you that is released there. Everybody has pain. So we'll talk about the P-square fighting. If you enter some houses, as you're passing like this, now TV go land for your ears, but they are not on social media, they're not celebrated. So it means that for every failure, see, we are many. So long as Satan is available, you are not alone. addictions, pains, pornography, you name it, you're not alone. So I'm saying this now because some people might be under so much pressure of failure and they want to take their life.
Don't tell that.
Your life is your ticket to God's beauty on earth. You maintain it. The only thing is you want to make sure that you're having those conversations with the right people, with the right mentors. Some people even use their stories for content and it does well. I even had one client at one point who relocated to Canada and she started talking about her story of her divorce. She didn't know that in the story of her divorce was a counselor sitting pretty. And when I came in contact with her, I said, Madam, just go and take this course. And she right now is charging people for that. Effortlessly. But she has a community. She has a weakness that people, relate to. Some people will come on her post and say, you this old hag, you did for street, but that's your business.
I hear some people saying they don't even want any negative energy around them. They all
it will be there, my love. Forget it. You're a human being. Like that's what makes us humans. If you wanted to be an angel, excuse me, what are you doing here? So embrace those failures, pray about it, come out of them, and you can. I think I have a perfect story. Mayul Eduche is my perfect story of somebody who might have looked broken, who didn't have the star power as the first time her divorce was announced, or not the first one, their separation was announced, and now. That lady, you can't play with her in terms of branding and influencing. You know that if you want to sell anything, she has a bandwagon of people who will just buy effortlessly. So you want to pay her anything to bring her on board. But it was her pain.
It was her pain, actually. So, now you've told us the story of everything, and we want to believe that someone watching us actually sat back to say, okay, this is actually something that is doable, and it's something I can actually key into. So how do we see using this now going forward? Like someone wants to now start. What's that first step you actually do? This is like should I say summary kind of all we've said? What do you actually do? What's that first step to say, okay, now I want to come out of my comfort zone. What do I do? How do I go about it to actually get where I want to? And then you said something about vision board, like knowing what you want to be and all that. Some don't even, can I say some don't even know what they want to be?
It's true.
So it's like, I just come this life, like I escort people, and it's a wrong mentality because everybody actually has something. So I think it's part of village people thinking. So
exactly.
I wanted to bring somebody out of that shell.
Okay, so this is it. First of all, get comfortable with wherever you are. If where you are living right now, there is no roof on it, no windows, and it's one room, it is your story. That is where you are right now. First of all, forgive yourself. You need forgiveness to start an unbroken journey because you need a lot of energy. The negative energy that people are talking about is a negative energy that must not come from you. Anybody who wants to project any negative energy from the outside, you know how to pray now. Exactly. That one concerned for them. But you must not be an opposing force for yourself. So what I would say is forgive yourself. Forgive people. That's primary prosperity. That means my mom, as I did like this, everything that my dad was supposed to do for me was that sperm he contributed. Everything that my mom was supposed to do was that push that she pushed me out. Say she know I've bought me. Any other thing, thank you, mommy. Thank you, sir. Thank you, daddy. Thank you, sir. And I've moved. My husband, thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. An outlook of gratitude suddenly opens your eyes to start counting your blessings. One of the things that I noticed is that most people don't appreciate themselves. They don't appreciate people. So when prosperity is happening, that life-changing opportunities. I'm sitting down in NTA for God's sake, guys. How many of my colleagues can do this? Club kids. So that appreciation of where you are would all start opening your eyes, and it will start opening people to you. So I would say you're there now. Throw away despair. That's number one. Number two, let's start on our journey. It's a concept called the low-hanging fruits. That means there is one thing. Usually it's confusing for multi-potentialites. There are people who are very good at so many things. It's usually confusing for them to, start something. But I will tell you, don't start too many things. Start with one arrowhead. Once I get one thing, like what I started was, I noticed that I had, number one, I went through pain. So my pain can make me fight for the longest. That's the purpose of pain. Purpose of failure is that you will relive that story over and over again. You can talk about that story over and over again. It will make people find themselves in you and heal. So that's how I started my event, but I hinged it on career growth and business growth. Okay. So that was how we started helping women, started making them build till we got to 1,500 as community members. Wow. And then we have reached thousands of women all across the world. So what you want to do is your low-hanging fruit, then find pictures. What I did then was that I went to some people's meetings when I wanted to start out. And I saw how these people are discussing. I said, so you gather people like this and people are listening to you and you're talking like this. I said, no, now. I went to work. I got almost 30-something certificates like this. So just in case anybody thinks I'm a nothing more than of 3. I had twins. I started my master's while I was at home. I was nursing them. I was reading and writing my exams. I had that 30-something certificates at home. As I'm finishing one, I'm doing another one. I said, my women, they need to learn better. They need to become better. They need to shine. So these are the things you want to do for yourself. So I told you again, once you've gotten your vision, that one person, let's say Oprah Winfrey show is something that you're looking, that God will put you. You want to pay attention. Go back to her former stories. Don't listen to the polished ones. Find those first few ones. You can even just type AI. Give me stories. Bring out all searches of a conversation that she has ever heard about her journey. So you can do that for 15 people. You can spread it across the year. Then you now start taking steps. One step is enough. Okay. Persist in one step. For me, I just latched on events. And events is highly combusting because you cannot show up before people on rehearse. Okay. So that was what happened to me. Wow. I started taking that steps. I started teaching people, started moving people's businesses. We now started having results. Guess what? Some people, they'll just say, it's not just $20,000 that this person got. Me, I got 1 million. Or maybe as you're trying to say, one of my students got $20,000. Then you now hear that another person said that, I just announced my fiscal year of $1 million. You now say, hey, I had my 20,000. No, you will put it in front. If you see my website, my goodness, you see my students like this opening seats.
If we let you, we're going to be bringing here the
whole day.
No. Our time is up. Don't worry, we'll come here again some other time. Like we have a whole lot to learn.
I'm excited to always come back.
Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we've been talking with Dr. In fact, is she a doctor? Really? Okay, Dr. Vivian Magnus, and she has been telling us a whole lot about the hidden cost of our comfort zone. Like, you need to step out of that comfort zone, yes, and you will get the best out of life if you do that. Well, let's go on this quick break, and when we return, the program will definitely continue.
Welcome you on today's ride on the show Good Morning Abuja.
This is Window on Abuja.
We have everything it takes to compete with any nation all across the world.
How do we make it? We are ready to produce.
I've been contributing to the development of your kingdom.
They know my story.
Hello and welcome to Young Hearts.
Our focus today will be on hepatitis B.
Ladylike!
In the 14th century, 15th, 16th century, and even 17th.
There is for the girl to cure and greed.
The purpose why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided to create humanity.
The Bible talks about a man called Apollos. This is NTA Abuja Channel 5.
See you same time.
Yes, this is still Good Morning Abuja, coming to you from the Unity Station NTA Channel 5 Abuja. And yes, we've been talking, and I'm sure you now want to actually relax before you begin your day. So let's help you with these musicals that will relax you so you can start your day right.
Fresh! No be live or you get like pin, and I don't go with the flow, I know the best, yeah. Heavy, make you put it on. You're my gift to making me no. The way you act, they do me like film, and I waiting I go gain for this life of sin, yeah. See all of them, they no jiggy job. Cause many girls, but you so damn fine.
Before, oh like come and enjoy me go.
Rama, me love me love. Got flower already jaw. Oh, there is me jaw. Koro, I should be yo. You know, Tabai, boy, boy, my side, oh, Buruku, and body long. Ah, move before. Pull like, oh, my angel, me gone. Rama, me love me love. Oh, my one already me jaw. Oh, there is me jaw. Koro, I should be yo. You know, Tabai, boy, boy. Oh, Buruku, and body long. Ah, move she know you be oh, one see go be. Sexy and rosy. Yeah, you can have it your way. Mami, oh, lole, shake me, oh, lole, oh, ah. If you made, oh, ah. Oh, you made, oh, ah.
Swagaloma, now your style is sweet, girl, in a bitter. Same things you wear, but in a fitter. You, Orijo, said an orange at all. Baby, two dribble, I say it ain't just bitter. Too sick, or make you do my hospital. Two flies, Swagaloma, they run visa. Yeah, yeah. Oh, this sexy, yeah. I hold this sexy, yeah. She say, you know I do this sexy, yeah. That one no be new, just do sexy, yeah. I hold this sexy, yeah. So she did for Uzi. Take me there. See my baby the coolest president. But no be new, just do sexy, yeah. Hurry up, hurry up. Girl, I get paid to hurry up. No, they call me first on your video one. Now you know my choice, oh baby, oh. Shitty gang, shitty gang, shitty gang. What is up? Baby, can't taste them something, no.
When I look at you, Nelly, me nothing know what's in up for my body. Expensive shit that I bought for my baby. She put the S in sexy. Makes fuck all of my contest me. Shake it, bump.
Lovely musicals there. I'm sure you are now relaxed. Yes, it's now time for one of the parts I love the most. You know, I'm always loving every segment, but this one, food part is the cookery segment. You know now how we do. Okay, so today we want to learn how to make abacha. Have you heard of it before? Okay, if you have not, let's learn how to make abacha.
Today I'll be teaching you how to make this delicious abacha that you're seeing on your screen. It's super easy and quick to make. Let me run you through my ingredients. I have my abacha, garden egg leaf, garden egg, pomo, onions, scotch bonnet pepper, uba or baka, palm oil, ogiri, and seasoning cube. Soaking my abacha in cold water. You can use hot water, but once you pour in the hot water, you drain it immediately so it won't get soggy. But I'll be using cold water here, so I'll just leave it to stay for about 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I will drain it. Here is palm ash, also known as ungo. I'll be using it to prepare the cow skin. I will mix it with water, then set it aside to settle before using it. Please, when purchasing raw abacha, opt for the ones from Iziago. They offer the finest quality and make the perfect abacha. However, if you're making it yourself, you can skip the purchase and trust your own skills to create an equally delicious batch. I just finished cutting the cow skin into my desired shape. I added water and salt, and I'll place that on fire and let it cook for 10 minutes. I am draining the water from the abacha after 5 minutes. So I'll let that sit and continue draining. That's why I put that bowl under. Then I'll continue to prep my other ingredients. Here I'm slicing the garden egg. I'm using the green one. You can also use the white one. Any one is perfect. So I'll be slicing the garden egg, after which I will slice the akwukwo angara. Akwukwo angara is also known as garden egg leaf. It's the leaf of this garden egg that I'm slicing. This is what we call akwukwo angara, that's garden egg leaf. So if you don't like it, you can skip this part, you know, because it's a little bit bitter, but it's very healthy and good for the body. You can also use the otazi. It's bitter, but you can use it. It's still good for abacha. So here's me checking on the cow skin after 10 minutes. So it's ready. So I'm going to take it off the fire. Then here, now this is my ungo that I mixed earlier. So I'm going to sieve out the quantity that I need. You can see that it has set, so I saved out the quantity I need, then I'll throw away the remaining one. So please make sure you save. Then in a clean pot, I added my red oil, palm oil, and I started adding the palm ash bit by bit. Please add bit by bit. Once you start adding bit by bit, it will start changing to this color. Make sure that your pot is not hot and the palm oil is not hot, because if it's hot, it won't give you this consistency. It will be watery. It will even turn to yellow like this. It will be watery. So make sure that the oil, the red oil, is not hot. Is just room temperature. That is the temperature that we need. Then I added my seasoning cube, scotch bonnet pepper, and my uba. Then I mix that, and salt, and I mix it properly. Then I'll add the cow skin. I'll just combine them together, mix that properly. I'll put it on fire and let it simmer for about 5 minutes. I just want it to be hot. I don't want it to be cold. Just simmer for 5 minutes. Please don't allow it to stay more than 5 minutes, else it will become watery. A warm welcome to my old subscribers. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your like, your comments, and your share. If today is your first time of coming across my video and you've watched to this extent, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's totally free. You will love it here. Thank you and God bless. Now let's make the abacha. This is one of the ways I make my abacha. This method is easy and quick and very delicious. You will love it. Just keep watching. Added my red oil, allow it to heat up for a few seconds. I sauteed some onion, add my scotch bonnet pepper, and I'll fry. Once it's dry, I added my seasoning cube crayfish. Fry that for a few seconds, added my dried fried ehuru and dry pepper, and added ogiri. I will add salt, stir to dissolve the ogiri very well. Then I'll add the abacha bit by bit, so it will be easier for me to mix when I'm mixing. I will then mix till it looks like this. If you don't want to use spoon or spatula to mix, you can use your hands to mix. But before then, please make sure you wash your hand properly before using your hands, because I'm making this for a client, so I do not want to use my hand. So I rather use my spatula to mix it. So that is it. You can see the outcome of this abacha. And the pot was still on fire while I was mixing it, because I want it to be served hot. Here is the final outcome. Tell me, will you be trying this method of making abacha? I'm telling you, you will love it. It's super easy, quick, and very delicious.
Wow, abacha, like it's something you can take anytime, morning, afternoon, evening. It's not too heavy, not too light. Yeah, it's something, and in fact, you can never go wrong with abacha. You have this, add a little of this, add a little of that. In fact, I'll try it when I live here. So, but as I always say, if you try it before I do, please invite me. I'm always available to come and test and try it out. Okay, so on that note, we want to check out our weather. Yes, what would the weather look like so we can prepare better? Let's see our weather forecast. With our weather forecast, we've come to the end of today's episode of the program. Like, I had a wonderful time today because, yeah, talking from the beginning of the program, our motivational talk that talked on comfort zone, and then our guests that actually opened our eyes to stepping out of that comfort zone. If you want to live that dream, that vision you've had and all that, you cannot do well by sitting and thinking, if I take this step, what will happen and all that. We learned a whole lot, and I'm sure you watching actually did. Okay, so on that note, we say our bye-byes, but don't worry, we'll come your way same time, same station. And yes, I remain Gladys Kudambo Vincent. And it's bye for now.